Hi, Diva. It's Rachel.
And Jordan. Yeah, hi. Quick question.
Why are you not spending your Venmo balance?
Yeah, we're concerned.
You can, buy stuff with it.
Ugh, you love buying stuff.
And earn cash back on eligible purchases.
You love purchasing eligible things.
So the money your friend sent you yesterday, that's today's ramen or rideshare or eye patches.
The skincare kind, not the pyro kind.
Spend with Venmo, then you can earn cash back with Venmo Stash. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. ID verification required to use a Venmo balance.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Joining us now is Brigadier General Blaine Holt, who's talking for fighting the Iranians still. So where are we going with all of this, Blaine? My goodness. Everyone has an opinion about this memorandum of understanding. But one of the things we were just talking about last night, Blaine, is that the Strait of Hormuz is open. And the vice president said today that 12.5 million barrels of oil got through last night, that a whole bunch of vessels went through with their transponders on, no drone strikes against them. So where is this headed and what's going to happen? I actually have a very important question, Blaine. When I was watching J.D. Vance today, there was a question about the U.S. military, how long they're going to stay ramped up in the area. How do you understand that?
Well, I think we're on a good vector overall. And yes, I'm watching ships right now as we're speaking, moving through the lanes, and that is wonderful news for everybody. But there's a lot more work to be done. So the military is not coming home yet. But we would probably never draw down the military, at least not in the next year or so, below the force levels that we had before we started this thing. So we really ramped up. We've got
that's my question. Hang on one second. You just hit the question.
At least one aircraft carrier and destroyers there.
Yeah, my understanding is they're going to go back to pre-war levels, right? So So but they're not doing the beefed up assets. Let's be honest there.
They won't have two aircraft carriers.
That's fine, but what we normally have had there was enough to get done whatever we need to get done in Iran. So we're not going to be in a vulnerable situation. We're
no question.
We will be more than ready for anything that would come up. I estimate through the process of the next 60 to 70 days, we're probably going to see some military action that involves the last of what IRGC is. I think that the emerging government in Iran, the IRGC, will be hostile to them as well. And I think that you're going to see that force come off the table. It can't happen without us. And so there's a lot of horse trading back and forth. But look, I really like how the president has set up the carrots and the sticks to get us to where we need to be. And, you know, there's a lot of people hand-wringing over this and billions of dollars here. And look, Iran is not the Iran that was present before this thing even started.
Yeah, no question. Hey, Blaine, real quick, when you just said about going after the IRGC, is that in response to them breaking the deal that's anticipated, or where are you going with that? When you think we would do that just on our own or with Israel, or do you think it's in a reaction to?
It'll be in reaction to. I think the IRGC is going to hang themselves by their own petard. Honestly, there is no love between the Iranian people and the IRGC. They're actually the ones that led all the killings in the earliest part of the year. And so when martyrs leave the planet, they do very vicious, bad things. So we have to be careful here at home with cells. We also have to look for them to try to scuttle the deal with their own actions, and the rest of the world saying, see, Iran's doing this. It's not really Iran. It's a rogue group inside their country now that we have to deal with.
Yeah, great points.
Yeah, Blaine, General Holt, it's exactly... Trump says, make my day. I know Trump. His words underneath his lips is make my day. And the first thing he's going to go after is the IRGC and wipe them out if they dare hit one ship.
Oh, he will. And he has been. That last display really decremented quite a bit of their command and control and combat capability. And it only gets worse from there for those guys. My only advice to the president would be just understand a cornered badger is a very dangerous animal indeed. And I know he knows that. And we'll be making contingency plans for that. The Hezbollah piece is still present. And so there will be some military action as we get through this. But I can't tell you how encouraged I am by this very, very new and different approach that people in the media are trying to castigate as some sort of Obama-like overture, which I find ridiculous.
Well, that's why I agree. It's night and day in that regard. And I don't have any doubt. I agree with John that, and you, obviously, Blaine, that being now that you're a year older as of yesterday, that clearly.
Nowhere near me.
Nowhere. Right. Just a few months difference.
I'm not competing.
Exactly. But clearly Trump is going to level them. I mean, there's no question as they violate it, and I expect they will. So we'll have to see where it goes.
If the IRGC, a lot of intelligence agencies listen to this show, General, and if they're listening, let them know that, Trump is saying, make my day.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Look, the president has used all the elements of power. And I think where people really fail at this is they don't really understand how Scott Bessent's role has been so active in this, with drying up money laundering, making them bankrupt, working deals, setting up the sovereign investment funds of the Gulf states to be ready to start investing in infrastructure projects in Iran. And after all, isn't that what the whole point of the Abraham Accords was in the first place? That if you're economically tied to each other, you'll be far less likely to throw nukes at each other.
Yeah, great points. Well, Blaine Holt, thank you so much. We always love having you, Blaine. Thank you.
My pleasure. Take care.
Thanks a lot.